Lord will lead you in the darkest moments of life, when dreams seem unreachable, when the heart is weighed down by losses that the world cannot compensate. There is a radiant light always waiting to guide the way. That is the light of Lord, who leads wandering souls back to the shores of peace. Life, with its challenges and sorrows, can make one feel like walking on a path without light, especially when facing profound pains like the loss of fertility, where hope for a complete family seems to vanish. But it is in those very moments that Lord extends arms, inviting one to walk on the path that Lord has prepared, a path brilliant with light, where the soul finds comfort, strength, and meaning beyond the limits of the world. Following Lord is not just an act of faith, but also a commitment to enter a sacred journey, where every step is illuminated by the love and guidance of Lord. For those facing the pain of being unable to have children, this path is not a replacement for what has been lost, but a promise of a life full of meaning, where Lord becomes the source of all hope. The life of each person is a painting composed of bright and dark colors, moments of happiness interspersed with harsh challenges. Among those challenges, the loss of fertility is a profound pain that touches the depths of the heart. It is the feeling of losing a part of oneself, when the dream of a complete family, the laughter of children, and the moments of love in motherhood or fatherhood seem to dissolve. This pain is not only a physical loss, but also a spiritual wound, making the soul fragile and easily submerged in despair. Upon receiving the news that one cannot have children, many feel as if the whole world is collapsing. Painful questions arise. Why me? What have I done wrong? What meaning does life have when my greatest dream cannot come true? These emotions are completely natural, for humans are created with a longing for love and connection. But in those very moments that seem without escape, Lord appears like a warm flame, illuminating the path ahead. Lord does not promise that every desire will be fulfilled in the way expected, but Lord promises to accompany through every storm. In the Bible, Psalm 34:18 affirms, "Lord is near to those who have a broken heart and saves those who have a contrite spirit." This word is a reminder that even when feeling submerged in darkness, Lord is there, close and ready to lead to a new horizon, where the light of Lord will dispel all fears and sorrows. Following Lord does not mean erasing the pain, but finding a way to overcome it. That path does not deny the tears or the loss, but instead brings a new perspective, a perspective where pain becomes part of the sacred journey, where every step is guided by Lord. When opening the heart to receive the guidance of Lord, one begins to realize that life, though full of challenges, can still shine with light. When the darkness of pain envelops, what humans need most is a lamp to illuminate the path. Lord is that lamp, and the path that Lord leads is the path of hope, strength, and renewal. Following Lord is not just a journey of faith, but also an adventure of the soul, where one discovers that life can bring joy and meaning beyond the limits of circumstances. For those facing the pain of being unable to have children, the path of Lord opens a new horizon. It is where the value of a person is not defined by the ability to reproduce, but by love, compassion, and connection to higher purposes. Lord invites one to look beyond what the naked eye can see, to realize that Lord has prepared a plan for each person, a plan full of light and hope. The journey of following Lord begins by opening the heart to receive the guidance of Lord. This can be as simple as a prayer in silence, a moment of reflection on the word of Lord, or a decision to place faith in the plan of Lord, even when not yet fully understood. When walking on this path, one begins to realize that Lord is not only the guide, but also the source of strength to overcome challenges. Lord grants peace in the soul, resilience in the spirit, and a new vision of the meaning of life. One of the greatest gifts that Lord bestows is the ability to find joy in things that seem small. For those unable to have children, that joy may come from caring for others, sharing love with the community, or pursuing passions and purposes that Lord has placed in the heart. The path of Lord does not promise to erase all difficulties, but it promises that one will never walk alone. Every step on that path is a step closer to the light, where the soul is healed and the spirit is uplifted. One of the most wonderful things about following Lord is the stability that Lord brings to the soul. In a world full of changes, where pains like the loss of fertility can make one feel lost and weak, Lord is the unshakable foundation. Lord not only leads through challenges, but also grants strength to face them, to rise after each fall, and to continue forward with faith and hope. This spiritual strength does not come from oneself, but from connecting with Lord, the source of all life and light. When choosing to follow Lord, one is invited to place pains into the hands of Lord, to trust that Lord has a greater plan than what can be imagined. This does not mean every question will be answered immediately, or every pain will disappear, but it means finding a profound peace, a stability that helps overcome the storms of life. Following Lord is the path of renewal. It is where the wounds of the soul are healed, where broken dreams are replaced by new purposes, and where one learns to view life through the lens of faith. For those facing the pain of being unable to have children, this path brings a promise that your life still has meaning, that you are still loved, and that Lord has a plan for you, a plan full of light and hope. When dreams shatter, like the pain of losing the ability to reproduce, the human soul easily falls into emptiness, where unanswered questions seem to overshadow every ray of light. But it is in those moments that faith in Lord becomes the wind that lifts, carrying one beyond the boundaries of despair to touch a new horizon. This faith is not a denial of pain, but an affirmation that no matter how harsh the circumstances, Lord is still the holder of all good things, ready to lead to a life full of meaning. Faith in Lord is like a sacred compass, guiding one through the darkest days. For those facing the sorrow of being unable to have children, this faith brings a promise that your value does not lie in what you cannot achieve, but in the unconditional love that Lord bestows upon you. In the Bible, Hebrews 11:1 states, "Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen." This word, reminds that even when the future seems obscure, faith in Lord helps one see the light of hope, even in things that have not yet come to pass. Placing faith in Lord is not just an action of the soul, but also a daily choice. It is the decision to seek Yerd in prayer, to listen to the gentle voice of Lord through the word of Lord, and to trust that Lord is at work in your life, even when the path ahead cannot be clearly seen. This faith brings comfort, helping to overcome moments when the pain seems unbearable. It is like a gentle breeze, lifting the wings of your soul to soar, so that you realize life still holds wonderful things waiting. When choosing to place faith in Lord, one opens a door leading to healing. It is not an instantaneous healing that erases all pain, but a gradual process where the heart is soothed, the mind is renewed, and the spirit is strengthened. This faith helps to view pain not as an endpoint, but as part of the journey, where Lord is using it to shape you, preparing you for greater purposes. One of the most wonderful gifts that Lord bestows upon those who follow Lord is the community of faith. People who share the same faith, supporting each other through difficult days. When the pain of losing the ability to reproduce makes one feel alone, as if no one understands what is being endured, the community of faith becomes a refuge, where empathy, encouragement, and strength to continue forward are found. The community of faith is not only a place to share your story, but also where it is realized that Lord works through those around to bring comfort and hope. Shared prayers, shared stories, and small acts of love from this community are like little flames, warming the heart on the coldest days. When participating in such a community, not only is support received, but there is also the opportunity to become a source of inspiration for others, turning your pain into a story of resilience and faith. In the community of faith, those ready to listen without judgment are found, those who pray for you, and those who remind that Lord is always near, even in times when Lord seems distant. They are companions, helping to realize that your journey is not a solitary path, but one enveloped in the love and care of Lord, manifested through the people around. Moreover, the community of faith is where new ways to live a meaningful life are discovered. Perhaps children cannot be had, but through this community, one can become a spiritual mother, a guide, or a companion for those in need of support. Lord uses the community of faith to open new doors, where love can be shared, turning pain into a source of strength to uplift others. One of the miraculous things about following Lord is the way Lord transforms losses into opportunities to live a life full of meaning. For those facing the pain of being unable to have children, Lord not only brings comfort, but also invites one to step into a new mission, a mission shaped by love, compassion, and dedication to higher purposes. This mission is not a replacement for the lost dream, but an invitation to explore new possibilities that Lord has prepared. It may be caring for orphaned children, supporting families in difficulty, or sharing your story to inspire others. Whatever that mission is, it is always guided by the light of Lord, helping to find joy and purpose in things never imagined. Accepting a new mission requires courage and trust. It demands letting go of old definitions of happiness and opening the heart to to embrace a new vision of life. But when doing so, it will be realized that Lord never abandons. Lord is leading to a life where every day is an opportunity to live fully, to love, and to leave a positive mark on the world. This mission also brings a sense of freedom. Freedom from the limits imposed by the world, freedom from the pains that once imprisoned. When walking in the plan of Lord, it will be seen that life is not defined by what cannot be had, but by what can be given. That is the radiant light of a life guided by Lord, where every action, every word, and every moment reflects the love and goodness of Lord. In the days when sorrow over the inability to receive the gift of life wearies the mind, the word of Lord becomes a fresh spring, watering the parched soul. The pages of the Bible are not just words on paper, but living whispers from the Creator, bringing encouragement and direction to those seeking peace. When immersing in the Word of Lord, a world is discovered where all worries dissolve, making way for renewal and abundant vitality. The Word of Lord is like a serene river, washing away the burdens of pain and bringing an endless flow of hope. For those wrestling with the harsh reality of being unable to have children, the Word of Lord becomes a reminder that life is shaped by eternal values, not by temporary circumstances. In Isaiah 40:31, Lord declares, "But those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint." This verse is a promise that, when turning the heart to Lord will grant strength to soar higher than the limits of pain, to continue the journey with a youthful and steadfast spirit. Exploring the Word of Lord does not require complex rituals. It is simply opening the heart to listen and reflect. Each morning, when time is devoted to reading a passage of Scripture, the renewal taking place within will be felt. Those words not only comfort, but also ignite an inner flame, helping to view life from a vibrant perspective, where every challenge is an opportunity to draw closer to the Almighty. The Word of Lord becomes the guiding star, leading through the twists and turns of life, bringing clarity and purpose that the world cannot provide. Moreover, the Word of Lord helps build a solid foundation for the mind, where negative thoughts are replaced by positive truths. When applying those teachings to daily life, it will be seen that pain no longer dominates, but instead becomes part of a larger picture, where Lord is painting a masterpiece from your very life. That is the power of the Word of Lord, a never-ending spring, always ready to renew and uplift the soul. When waves of sorrow surge, causing the heart to tremble with irreplaceable losses, closeness to Lord brings an inner peace, like a tranquil harbor amid the open sea. This peace is not the absence of difficulties, but the presence of a supernatural strength, helping to stand firm amid storms. For those confronting the pain of deprived reproductive ability, peace from Lord becomes a precious treasure, helping to find balance and joy in the simplest things. This inner peace stems from realizing that Lord controls all things, and the plan of Lord is always perfect, even when not fully understood. It is like an invisible armor, protecting the soul from the arrows of doubt and fear. In Philippians 4:7, the Word of Lord affirms, "And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds through Christ Jesus. This is a promise that, when entrusting all worries to Lord will grant a peace beyond all reason, helping to navigate difficult days with a calm and positive mindset. To receive this peace, simply spend time alone with Lord, to listen to the voice of Lord in stillness. Those moments not only bring rest to the soul, but also awaken a new energy, helping to face reality without being drowned in sorrow. Peace from Lord helps redefine priorities, where true value lies in spiritual connection, not in external achievements. It turns ordinary days into special ones, where the presence of Lord is felt in every aspect of life. Finally, this inner peace spreads outward, influencing loved ones and the community. When living in the peace of Lord, you become a lighthouse, shining light for those lost in the darkness of similar pain. That is the transformative power that closeness to Lord brings, an unshakable peace, always ready to embrace and uphold you. Amid prolonged pains, when hope seems to fade due to the harsh reality of being unable to have children, Lord brings an eternal hope, like a radiant dawn dispelling the night. This hope is not based on temporary changes, but on the unchanging promises of the Creator, helping to look toward the future with a vision full of color and possibility. It is a source of motivation, urging forward with confidence and anticipation of good things. Eternal hope from Lord is like an unquenchable torch, illuminating the obscure paths of life. For those enduring profound loss, this hope reminds that life does not end at current limitations, but opens to infinite horizons where Lord waits to bestow blessings. In Jeremiah 29:11, Lord declares, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans for welfare and not for evil, to give you a future and a hope." This word is a commitment that the plan of Lord for you is peace and hope, even when the current path is full of thorns. Embracing eternal hope requires looking beyond what the eyes see, to believe in the invisible things that Lord has promised. It helps build a future where pain becomes a foundation for growth, where new passions can be pursued and positive impacts created. This hope brings patience, helping to wait in faith that Lord is working behind the scenes, preparing wonderful things for your life. Moreover, eternal hope from Lord inspires living each day fully, enjoying present moments while anticipating what is to come. It turns challenges into valuable lessons, where complete reliance on Lord is learned. That is the radiant light of hope, always ready to lead into a future full of promise and meaning. In times when sorrow surges, causing the soul to feel besieged by thick fog, prayer becomes a sturdy bridge, connecting the human heart to the source of all well-being. This is not just words uttered from the mouth, but an intimate conversation where all burdens and anxieties can be poured out to one who always listens. For those carrying the wound from being unable to receive the joy of parenthood, prayer opens a private space where Lord listens and responds in the unique way of Lord. Prayer is like a clear stream, cleansing the dust of the mind, bringing freshness and clarity. It helps express the deepest emotions, from disappointment to the longing for new meaning. In Psalm 145:18, Lord promises, "The Lord is near to all who call on him, to all who call on him in truth." This word is a sincere invitation, encouraging approach to Lord without fear, to receive the loving and encouraging presence. When forming the habit of prayer, a gradual transformation will be noticed taking place. The petitions not only bring relief, but also awaken an inner source of vitality, helping to view everything with a broader perspective. Prayer becomes a tool for Lord to shape the soul, turning moments of loneliness into opportunities for greater closeness to Lord. It is not a magical formula to change circumstances, but a key opening the door to acceptance and growth. Moreover, prayer can be practiced anywhere, anytime, turning daily activities into sacred moments. Whether while walking, cooking, or resting, whispers of heartfelt words to Lord can be made, making Lord an inseparable companion. That is the beauty of prayer, an ever-open bridge, ready for crossing to find true rest for the soul. In the journey of faith, real-life stories from people's lives become vivid testimonies, igniting faith and motivation for those facing challenges. These stories are not fiction, but authentic experiences where Lord has intervened and brought miraculous transformation. For those enduring the pain of being unable to have children, these stories are like lamps lighting the way, proving that Lord always has ways to bring new meaning and joy. Consider the story of a woman named Sarah in the Bible, who waited for many years to have a child, but ultimately Lord blessed her in old age. Though circumstances differ, this story reminds that Lord has unique timing, and sometimes Lord uses losses to prepare for greater things. In modern times, there are countless stories of couples unable to have children, but through faith, they have found purpose in adopting children, supporting street children, or participating in charitable activities, turning pain into motivation for broader love. These testimonies do not stop at results, but also in the process. How faith helps maintain positivity, build deeper relationships with Lord and with each other. They teach that, even when circumstances seem hopeless, Lord is still at work, using everything to shape into better people. Real-life stories become sources of inspiration, encouraging sharing of your own journey to become a testimony for others. Finally, listening and learning from those stories helps realize that faith is not empty theory, but real power capable of changing lives. They open a world where Lord is not distant, but always present, ready to write new chapters full of surprise and meaning. When pain seems to overshadow every aspect of life, Lord encourages exploring the power of creativity and passion, like tools to overcome and find new joy. Creativity is not just art, but a way to express oneself, for Lord to use your talents in unexpected ways. For those facing the sorrow of being unable to have children, pursuing passion becomes an outlet, where energy is redirected into activities that bring satisfaction and purpose. Lord, the great Creator, has bestowed upon each person unique talents, and using them is a way to honor Lord. Perhaps joy is found in painting, writing, cooking, or even gardening, activities that connect with the beauty of creation. In Ephesians 2:10, the word of Lord affirms, "For we are his workmanship, created in Christ Jesus for good works, which God prepared beforehand that we should walk in them." This is a reminder that you are created to create, to perform the good works that Lord has prepared in advance. Pursuing passion not only brings healing, but also opens new opportunities, like connecting with a community of shared interests, or even creating works that inspire others. It helps view life not through the lens of loss, but through the lens of potential and possibility. Lord uses creativity to fill the voids in the heart, turning gloomy days into days full of color and meaning. Moreover, passion can lead to greater missions, where talents are used to serve others, bringing hope and love. That is the gift from Lord, a way to overcome, to live fully, and to discover new aspects of oneself never known. In moments when pain seems to obscure every ray of sunshine, gratitude becomes the golden key, opening windows for divine light to flood the soul. This is not denial of losses, but a way to recognize the small gifts that Lord bestows daily, helping build a more resilient spirit. For those carrying the burden of being unable to have children, gratitude invites pausing, looking around, and cherishing what remains: health, love from family, or the beauty of nature, all evidence of the care of the Almighty. Gratitude is like a warm flow, nourishing the soul and dispelling dark clouds. It helps shift attention from what is lacking to what is abundant, creating an inner balance full of vitality. In Psalm 104, Lord advises, "Enter his gates with thanksgiving, and his courts with praise. Give thanks to him, bless his name." This word is a reminder that when entering the presence of Lord with gratitude, a profound source of joy will be found, helping overcome challenges with a lighter heart. Practicing gratitude can begin with simple actions, like daily noting 3 things for which gratitude is felt, or taking time to reflect on the blessings that Lord has given. Gradually, this habit will change your perspective, turning pain into part of a greater journey, where each day is an opportunity to recognize the boundless love of Lord. Gratitude not only heals wounds, but also expands the heart to receive new wonders, strengthening faith that Lord always leads to the best things. Moreover, gratitude spreads, influencing surrounding relationships, creating a positive circle where you become a source of encouragement for others. That is the key that Lord bestows, opening bright horizons, where the soul finds true stability and genuine peace. When time seems to stretch endlessly in waiting and loss, patience and faith becomes a sturdy bridge, helping to cross the distances between the present and the future that Lord has promised. This patience is not passive, but an active strength, where trust is placed in the perfect timing of the Creator. For those facing the pain of being unable to bear children, patience invites resting in the arms of Lord, knowing that Lord is at work to bring things exceeding expectations. Patience is like a deep river, flowing gently through rugged terrain, carrying the power to erode the rocks of doubt. It helps maintain calm, even when answers seem delayed. In the book of James 1:4, the word of Lord teaches, "Let perseverance finish its work, so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. This is a promise that through patience, completeness will be achieved, with a steadfast spirit and a deeper faith. To nurture patience, time can be spent reflecting on stories in the Bible where Lord has tested and blessed those who wait for Lord. Gradually, it will be seen that waiting time is not wasted, but an opportunity for Lord to shape, preparing for greater purposes. Patience in faith turns difficult days into valuable lessons, where complete reliance on Lord is learned, finding strength to continue with a heart full of hope. Finally, patience brings reward, a spiritual maturity where no longer controlled by circumstances, but living in the freedom and joy from Lord. That is the bridge that Lord builds, leading to a radiant future, full of meaning and peace. In times when pain seems to imprison the soul in heavy chains, Lord brings true freedom, releasing from the bonds of loss and disappointment. This freedom is not forgetting, but the ability to live fully with a renewed spirit and an open heart. For those enduring sorrow from being unable to have children, freedom from Lord invites stepping out of darkness to discover a life where value is defined by the love of Lord. Freedom is like a liberating wind, sweeping away heavy clouds, bringing lightness and freshness to the soul. It helps release unrealistic expectations to embrace the plan that Lord has drawn. In the book of Galatians 5:1, Lord declares, "It is for freedom that Christ has set us free. Stand firm then, and do not let yourselves be burdened again by a yoke of slavery." This word is a powerful call, encouraging living in the freedom that Lord has secured, not bound by past pains. Experiencing this freedom requires entrusting all burdens to Lord, trusting that Lord will bring deliverance. Gradually, the change will be felt, a lightness in the soul, where pain no longer controls, but becomes part of a story of victory. Freedom from Lord opens new doors, where other dreams can be pursued, love shared with the world around, and each day lived with genuine joy. Moreover, this freedom inspires others, turning you into a living witness of the power of Lord. That is the precious gift bestowed by Lord, liberating to soar high with a steadfast spirit and a life full of meaning. When the pain from the loss of fertility shatters the heart, the love of Lord becomes the healing source of strength, like a warm stream seeping through cracks to mend the deepest wounds. In times when the world seems without escape, only seeking Lord brings true comfort, where Lord embraces with unconditional love, guiding along the path that Lord has established from the beginning. That love is not abstract, but a living reality, helping to realize that even unable to have children, you are still the beloved child of Lord, guided by the light from sacred counsel. The love of Lord is like an eternal flame, illuminating the dark corners of the soul, dispelling loneliness and despair. It invites opening the heart for Lord to guide through the teachings in the Bible, where each word is sincere counsel, illuminating the path ahead. In the book of John 3:16, Lord expresses, "For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish, but have eternal life. This is clear evidence that the love of Lord for you is infinite, and only when seeking Lord can steps be taken steadily on the path Lord establishes, where the pain of infertility becomes part of the journey leading to spiritual maturity. Receiving the love of Lord requires releasing self-burdens, for Lord to guide through the light of Lord. Gradually, the healing will be felt taking place, where the heart is filled with the presence of Lord, helping to live each day with new purpose. The love of Lord not only heals, but also imparts strength to follow the counsel of Lord, turning the pain of being unable to have children into an opportunity for greater closeness to the Creator, finding true peace in the path of light that only Lord can illuminate. Moreover, this love becomes the motivation to share with others, becoming a channel conveying the light of Lord to those who are lost. That is the source of strength bestowed by Lord, healing wounds and guiding along the sacred path, where the soul remains forever steadfast. Amid the profound pain from being unable to have children, Lord opens the path of serving the community, like a radiant way where meaning can be found through helping others, guided by the counsel and light from Lord. When all hope for a personal family seems extinguished, only seeking Lord helps realize that Lord has established a greater plan, where loss becomes motivation for service, following the path of light that Lord illuminates. Serving the community is like a river carrying the love of Lord, flowing to the most needed places, bringing hope to suffering souls. It helps redirect personal pain into positive action, following the counsel of Lord to love others as oneself. In the book of Matthew 25:40, Lord declares, "The king will reply, 'Truly I tell you, whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me.'" This word is guiding light, reminding that when serving the weak, the path Lord establishes is followed, where the pain of losing fertility is transformed into strength to uplift others. Participating in service can begin with small actions, like volunteering at orphan centers or supporting families in difficulty, all under the guidance of Lord. Gradually, it will be seen that this path not only brings joy to others, but also heals the soul, helping to be more steadfast in faith. Serving the community becomes a living testimony to the light of Lord, where new purpose is found, following the counsel of Lord to live a meaningful life, overcoming the pain of being unable to have children. Finally, this path of service expands vision, helping to realize that Lord always guides to new horizons, where the soul is enriched by love and sacrifice. When the journey of life is covered by the shadow of pain from the loss of fertility, only seeking Lord brings true hope, where Lord guides along the path of light that Lord has established from eternity. In times when everything seems hopeless, the counsel and light from Lord become a lighthouse, illuminating each step, helping to overcome and find eternal peace.